can taste you, 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 you. I can taste you, you, you.
I know, Walton. I know. The house next door is super, super noisy. They will never ever get done. Bahala na. Okay, so pasensya na kung maingay yung likod, the background. That house has been going on for about 2 years now, and every day they're grinding something. So in any case, we just got back from SNR, which is like our Costco, our Sam's Club. It's even like well, it's not like a Walmart because you have to have a membership. So it's really close to our house, which is super convenient. And we probably do a Costco SNR run, maybe once every 3 weeks, where we do a sort of a bulk shopping. Now, this doesn't really represent our bulk shopping because we're running out of household essentials, but also running out of alcohol. And that's why I want to make a disclaimer that this isn't a typical household shopping run, because a big chunk of the final bill is replenishing our bar, because we're retired and all we do is drink. So, but you will see that the SNR here, and really every major shopping supermarket area around the metro, is pretty much inundated with not just Filipino food, but a lot of it is American already, just with the history of the Philippines being under the Americans. We have a penchant for American foods, but not only that, over the last few decades, we've certainly opened our palates to other countries. We just really anything you want. It's really not unlike living in any major city where if you feel like eating a particular kind of dish, you are able to get it. The prices are cheaper. Some of it is cheaper. There are some items that are more expensive here than in the US, if you're just going to a Vons or to an Albertsons. But a lot of it, especially in SNR, you get the same thing, right? Everything's in bulk. We get our toilet paper from SNR. We get paper towels there, and things that I know we're going to use, like oil, we get in bulk, laundry detergent. It's literally just the same as it was living in Los Angeles. There's a funny story. It was a few years ago when we were visiting, and not in major cities where people really don't know. People live in Manila. Manila is a very cosmopolitan city. Somebody literally asked me, where would we get our food once we moved to the Philippines? And that was just a few years ago, which sort of maybe shows that a lot of people who maybe hasn't been exposed to other countries will be surprised about what kind of foods they can get in Manila. They're within a 10-mile radius. We have, like I said, we have a Costco, we have a Shakey's, we have Fridays, we have Buffalo Wild Wings. So there really isn't a huge gap. I think I don't know what the person was thinking. If he was thinking we were still hunting for food in, loincloths and spears. So I want to do a really, really quick haul, and I'm going to put the prices up just like as an FYI on how much basic thing costs here. But again, Costco, SNR, I keep calling it Costco because it's basically Costco, Kirkland brand and everything. It's 700 pesos a year, which is $14 for the membership. And I believe it's like 95 in the US now. I just got an extension from a friend, so I never really had to pay the full price. But before we get started, I am going to start with this dog toys because my pets are waiting for them. They know that when I leave, I usually get them a little surprise. These things around here cost $200, 200 pesos, which is like $4. So I'm gonna give it to them first before we start this really quick call because it's lunchtime and really the noise in the background is kind of annoying. So, boys, all right, well, we'll start with something that's super obvious and everybody likes in the US. These muffins. They're a little bit different where really the toppings that you see are really basically just on the top, which Ryan really doesn't like, but I do because I just eat the bottoms and they're basically cake. They're about $6, so that's perfect for a quick breakfast. Ryan got some of his cereal for breakfast. He actually got 2, and the problem with it here is that you have to buy 2 bags basically, which is about 3 pounds of cereal each. So usually when he buys this, it lasts him quite a while just for cereal, which brings me to another staple, Pop-Tarts. You get 36 pastries, which is also 3 pounds of frosted strawberry Pop-Tarts. It lasts him, I'd like to say, maybe a couple months. So that's like his emergency food. Milk. This is a 4-pack of milk. It's just a random cow head brand. Now, in America, we would get the 2% milk because unless you're a child, you know, you don't get the pure milk. But out here, Ryan is reverting back to childhood and he gets the pure milk now and actually puts ice with it when he drinks it. So he seems to like it, which I can understand because it probably tastes like just full cream. Is getting essentials like oil. This huge jug of canola oil. Filipinos like to do a lot of deep frying, so it's just good to have a huge 1.5 gallons of canola oil on hand. They sell, when I was growing up, we just had the usual pandesal and what we call Pinoy tasty. It's just like white bread. But over the last couple of years, even decades, I think, again, with the influx of the Japanese and the Koreans moving to the Philippines, we're also benefiting from their food. So we get a lot of Japanese bread, which we love, and I get the whole wheat loaf kind. It's super soft. It's bigger than what I'm used to, and it's also thicker, which is great. We also have chips. Anything jalapeno I like. This is kettle cooked, and this is actually a brand that is from Pennsylvania, which Ryan is from Pennsylvania. So that's the biggest bag that you will see. It's about 5 ounces. So we always get 2 because we eat a lot. Again, jalapeno. I love Cheetos Crunchy. This is the biggest bag that they have. It's a little bit bigger, it's about 8 ounces. But this is the biggest bag. And when it comes to chips and snacks and crisps, whatever you want to call it, we're basically complete. You want Lay's, you want British cooked, you want just local artisanal chips. We have that available. Smart food. Popcorn, basically white cheddar. So really, these are the same chips that we would get in a grocery store in LA that we get here as well. Ziploc, there's obviously the local brand. And sometimes you just really have to check the price because Ziploc, obviously it's a brand of plastic bags that was cheaper than the Kirkland brand. So we got that. This is just gallon size bags. we're going away this weekend to the beach, so there's probably a disproportionate amount of snacks that I got just because I like to take snacks. But this ladyfingers, I used to get this at World Market, but this is to make tiramisu, so I like to have it handy in our pantry in case I feel like making quick tiramisu. One of the things that you will sorry if you hear the dog in the background, but obviously when you go to the Costco, the SNR here, a lot of its foods, its fruits, and its meats will be catered to the Filipino dining table. So you're probably gonna see meats that you don't see at the Costco in the United States, which obviously makes sense. And we have here a whole bunch of bananas. There's always bananas here in the house, so the price is comparable to if you go to a regular supermarket. So we just got that here. Just regular vinyl gloves. I use that for stuff that I do with the dog that you don't want to know about anyways. And speaking of dogs, I get some of their dog treats over there, which is this Vitabone that they like. It's about £1, and it's actually cheaper at Costco for dog treats than if you go to the dog stores around here. If you go to like a Marshall's in the US, you're just like drowning in dog toys and dog accessories, pet accessories. I just keep saying dog because I have a dog. But you know, so when I see it, I just try to get it, even though the dogs are on a diet. Buy one, take one, or you know, you say buy one, get one. Here's buy one, take one. And like I said, we went there for essentials. And their body wash, oh thank God, I think it's lunch break for them, the workers next door. Body wash, which is St. Ives, and it's buy one get one. So I got 2 different things. As we know, vanilla extract is super expensive. I have a box, a balikbayan box that I sent when I went to the US back in December, a really quick trip, and it hasn't arrived yet. I went to 2 different Marshalls and got every vanilla extract I could find at discount, and it's still not here, but I ran out, so I got just this vanilla flavor, generic flavoring. This is Ryan's toothpaste. I mean, everybody knows the Cetaphil brand. So I mentioned that we are going to the beach this weekend, and I, for whatever reason, whether I'm in the States or in the Philippines, wherever I am, mosquitoes just like to hover around me. So I got some bug spray, and I don't know what this is, but it looked like bad mosquito. So I'm gonna try both and see what works the best. Ryan's getting into making different kinds of cordials and mixes and syrups for our happy hour drinks, and we ran out of honey, so he got the biggest honey. I'm sort of going through some fasting and low carb, not really diet, but just detox is what I like to call it. So we'll try this. It's made out of quinoa. I eat quinoa during the week, so maybe the macaroni pasta won't taste so bad. Everybody knows that brand. Ryan likes to use this microfiber towels. We obviously can get it cheaper in the US through Amazon. Now Amazon Global delivers to the Philippines. It's just that for something that isn't so expensive, the shipping, it doesn't make sense to have it shipped over here. So sometimes you just have to bite the bullet. He's tried to order the same microfiber towels in kind of like the Asian Amazon, whether it's Lazada, Shopee, and the products that came really weren't as what you'd expect. So I think when he saw this at Costco, he's like, you know, might as well have a pack ready at the house when we need that. Toilet paper, I think people just become members of Costco or SNR just to get huge rolls of toilet paper. Race every afternoon, pineapple juice, ginger beer. And again, to stock up the bar, we got some soda water, fabric softener, Downy, if you want, branded, and dishwashing liquid. So mascarpone, which goes with my lady fingers. And I always have a ton of butter to cook with, right? And you know, this is not really showing what we need, but I'm just letting you know about the things that are available here. We got a box of, or what is this, a container of kimchi. You gotta have cream cheese. Got a whole portion of just a whole young chicken, and it's about 134, so it's like a little bit over a kilo. Bacon. We get a huge stack of bacon because we eat a lot of bacon and we like bacon. So, and I always have sort of like this kind of meat on standby because Alright, so my other camera just shit the bed. I don't know what's happening, so I'm going to switch to my handheld one. But before I go to the alcohol part of the SNR haul, and again, I'm putting that separate because we buy maybe we do an alcohol run once every 2 months, even if not more. So it kind of skews the bill for today. But this lot over here is from a little supermarket right by our house called Marketplace, and we use that place for emergency runs. We just need like onions or calamansi or what have you, because it's a smaller, kind of more targeted upscale supermarket, if you will. So it's a little bit more expensive, and you don't want to do your big grocery stuff over there. Although we stopped there because we wanted to get meats for our lunch today, and that's what you see here. But you know, like some onion leeks here. That's just less. It's like a little less than $1 for onion leeks. Calamansi, which is local lemon lime tasting citruses that we have everywhere here, that Ryan needs to make drinks. I got wanted to try some steak sauce since we're grilling steak, you know, lemons, and again, more of my Japanese bread. There's some peanuts, and who doesn't love a pack of Tim Tam? I always have a pack of Tim Tam in the fridge. This is local cupcakes. I grew up with them and they're still pretty good, which I wanted to take to the beach. Mi goreng, just noodles, instant noodles, and I also got local noodles, pancit canton, extra hot, to bring with me to the trip. Obviously afraid I was gonna get hungry. All right, so we're gonna switch to the alcohol section, and I'm just sort of doing this to let you know what kind of alcohols we have available here in the Philippines. Again, some alcohols are comparable to the price of what we have if you bought it in the States, and some are a lot more expensive. Unfortunately, a lot of them are some of my favorite drinks, like Botanist gin is super expensive here. It's not cheap in the US, but it's almost prohibitively expensive here. So Ryan's sort of getting into this Rittenhouse rye. So he got 2 of those, and that's about $30 each. Here is a Johnny Walker Black Label, and I guess they were sort of doing a sale on this. That's why he got the pack. Normally he doesn't, he just gets one. Hennessy, it's a cognac, and this is a single malt Scotch whiskey that he wanted to try. Ryan loves Lagavulin, which we would usually get like $65 at a Costco in the US, and this is a little cheaper, so he wants to see if that tastes about the same. By the way, Lagavulin is available here in the Philippines. He has, of course, our pina colada mixes for our pool days, and You can't have a channel called Gin at 10 and not like your gin. So this is my go-to gin, just for everyday gin and tonics or whatever cocktail Ryan wants to whip me up with gin. This is the go-to gin that we have. And I do like Hendrick's next, and then Botanist probably the tippy top of the pile. Ryan's Maker's Mark. He loves a Maker's Mark in ginger ale, so that also is on standby. Now we also have Prosecco on standby at the bar upstairs because once in a while you just feel like it's a Prosecco kind of happy hour. We got some vodka for some vodka lemonade. This is not Russian. Just kind of make sure of that in light of what's happening at this very moment as I'm doing this haul. And here's a gin that Ryan found here in the Philippines that is about $4 or $5. That is apparently really good to be just mixed with his cocktail. So he also has a stock of this Zafiro Premium Gin. He only got one today because it came with